Martin O'Neill comes back into the changing room and there's a shit on the floor. Somebody's done a shit. So he gets all the players back in, starts having a go at him, and he says, "Who's shit on the floor?" And Emil Heskey says, "I am, boss, but I'm pretty good in the air."
Here we go. We are back with more Eat My Goal with Mike and Dan.
Hello.
This is Eat My Goal, where we look at the lighter side of football. Most specifically, this week, this episode, we're looking at the Premier League. This episode, we're going to have some fun and games. We're going to talk about the Premier League. We're going to look at what's happened throughout this week. We have a return to a favourite game show for Dan, which I know he loves. He'll enjoy that very much. We have a quiz, and then we'll look ahead to the weekend matches. What more could you want? Well, what more could you want? What you need to do is maybe you might want to like and subscribe. Liking is down here. You can hit this button down here. You can like, subscribe, and then you won't miss another Eat My Goal. If you pop us onto 1.5, not only are we funny, we sound funny too. We'll kick off this week with, those of you who are fans of this feature, you know it very well. It is Dan's Whinge of the Week. I'm going to do the theme tune again because you loved it so much last week. Are you ready? Let's see if you can hear it. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It went so well last week.
It went really well. Away you go.
Brilliant. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, okay. My Whinge of the Week. It's another... It's not going to take long to discuss. It's relatively obvious, but I feel it needs to be talked about. And it's this.
What is this? Oh,
the VAR.
VAR. We say it won't take long to talk about. We could talk about it for hours, couldn't we?
Yeah,
we could. Go on. What's your problem with VAR?
So my main gripe is I was watching the Liverpool-Brighton game. I don't know whether you saw this Liverpool-Brighton game. There was the little chap that plays midfield for Liverpool, looks like a non-bespectacled Gandhi. Who's that? Fabinho. Fabinho, that's it. He did you not see his foul?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes.
So what's happened is he's basically raked his studs down the back of his Achilles. And I don't think it's not a deliberate he wasn't deliberately being filmed.
Not malicious.
Even as he did it, did you see his reaction?
No, I didn't know.
He went to he was sat on the floor and he was going to the ref and holding his hands up, going, as if to say, "Oh fuck,
yeah, I messed up."
Yeah, I messed up right nice. So of course the referee gave me a yellow card, right, which was in itself a bit odd, but it was quite quick, so we might not have seen it straight away. Yeah. But they were talking about it in commentary, said, "Oh yeah, I think VAR are going to go back and have a look at this one," and it sort of just hung around for a minute or so, and I think Fabinho was even sort of shaking his head and slowly sort of walking as if he was going to, I'm just waiting for the red card now. I know what I've done. He was it looked quite sheepish. And then all of a sudden,
he was already thinking about his Sunday roast, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was already thinking, well, at least I can get that in early.
All of a sudden, it was, okay, check complete, off we go. And I had a look. I was trying to look through the rules again today to see, because I thought, well, the VAR is so confusing because they change it so often. I was looking to see whether they look into the ones where the referees have given yellow cards, and yes, they do. Apparently, they still can overturn. And the PMGOL, you know who that is?
The PMGOL, the
PGMOL. Sorry, Pugmol.
The Pugmols.
Yeah. Which is the Professional Game Match Officials Board.
and
what the fuck is that I've written down?
Yeah. And linesman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're the body responsible for the match officials, basically. They even came out and said afterwards, yes, it should have been. It should have warranted a VAR intervention and a potential red card. So,
oh, potential. Hang on, is there such thing as a potential?
well, I think what they're saying is the VAR chap, who I can't remember who it was that day, should have said, "Oi,
Yes.
ref, have another look, because that's it. It's a dodgy one. Go and have another look." And he would have had a look and gone, "Oh yeah, that's a straight red."
Yeah. I missed that.
And so
that's why Fabinho looked so shocked.
Yeah,
is what the referee would be thinking. I mean,
it's just that. It's just, I don't expect 100%. You're never going to get 100% consistency, but
what do you prefer, Dan?
But when it's a player going to you, I fucked up. Basically saying to you, you give me a red.
I've done something.
When they're making it so easy for you, then, common sense just tells you, actually, I best go back and have a look at that and see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It should be child's play, shouldn't it? Really, it should be one of those things whereby, and even in an instant, I think one of those, when they take 2 or 3 minutes over it, I personally think they should add a rule whereby if the VAR official can't make a decision in 30 seconds, that's it, because he's got. You see him in the thing. They've got like 50 TVs, and it's like, right, okay, I've got every angle I need to see it at.
Yeah.
Quickly, and obviously editors, you watch the TV edits, the replays are instant. So there's people there who are as skilled at doing it there. So it must be instant for the referee. Bosh, 30 seconds, on with the game, or red card, or penalty, or free kick, or whatever. But just get on with it. There's no need, is there?
No.
The question I was going to ask you is: do you prefer old school football, whereby referees would make mistakes, and of course they would make mistakes, they're only human, and you'd walk home and you go, if it weren't for the referee we obviously still do it being Portsmouth fans because we don't have VAR, but we still have crap referees, but you walk home and you're like, that was a referee error, should have had a penalty, or shouldn't have had a penalty, blah blah blah, against us. Or do you think, well, they're getting most of them right now?
No. See, I'm more for I'm one. I don't like injustice, and I would rather that they spend. I'm one of the few. I would have thought that would rather them spend time getting a decision right than not.
Yes. Then wrong.
So I'm all for VAR, but it needs to be. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the 2-3 years, is it?
At least, isn't it since the last World Cup? So that'd be 5 years nearly, wouldn't it? This would be the 5th season, I think. It's got to be near the end.
In the Prem, blimey.
Was it from the last World Cup? I think it got introduced in the last World Cup, didn't it? Or was it the last Euros?
Well,
no, it couldn't have been the last Euros. That was only 18 months ago, wasn't it? So it must have been the last World Cup.
Yeah, you would like to think that they would have everything ironed out by now. And
they clearly haven't, not even close, have they?
No, I think it's the fact, it's the constant rule changes, the constant that's the things that need to change. All these offsides, he's interfering, he's not interfering. We've decided you can't be offside by your arm because you can't score with your arm, etc., etc. All these things, they keep changing. They just need to stop and sort of go back to basics. But like you say, we could be talking about VAR for years. There was another slight contentious thing I've got on VAR.
Go on.
Which is, what are your thoughts on VAR being used in the FA Cup, but only at some grounds?
I think no.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think no is because it's so let's say, for example, obviously Wrexham is still in it. Wrexham is still in it, which is fair enough. So if Wrexham, I don't know, I didn't see the draw, but whoever Wrexham are playing in the next round, the chances are they're going to be playing a big team, aren't they, if they get through? So let's say, for example, Wrexham draw Man United at home. Okay, for them, great. We're playing Man United at home. Okay, but they're not doing it with the VAR. But had it been the tie round the other way, which is still great for Wrexham, they are now at the mercy of the VAR. No, I just think introduce it at the quarterfinals, semi-finals, whatever. It doesn't matter when everyone's got it. Yeah. But why do it in the third round when you've got Forest Green going to whoever? And
it's just
ludicrous.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair. You cannot have some teams that
basically got different rules.
It's like having one team in the Premier League. It's like saying, Bournemouth can't afford VAR. So sorry, you just have to play all your games without VAR, but everyone else gets to
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't have that. And you've got what was the game that was replayed? Fulham Sheffield United. So that's
Yeah.
Fulham Sunderland. Sorry. So you've got in the first in the game that was at the weekend was at Fulham and it was a draw. They had VAR. Now they play the replay at Sunderland
Yeah.
where
And
they
there's
don't
no
have
VAR.
VAR.
Yeah. It's
So
ludicrous.
I
It's
just think,
absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
I want to talk about VAR all night now. I just want to let rip. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. But we can't. We can't do that because we just can't. Because we will be here all night. And obviously your lung situation won't hold out for that long. I'm not sure mine would, to be fair. Okay, so here's a question for you, Dan. Before we get into the quizzes, here's a question for you. And I thought about this and I threw this in. I didn't put it in the agenda, so it's going to throw you maybe a little bit off. But who is the best player you've ever watched playing football alive, in the flesh? Who's the best player, would you say? Yeah.
Well,
while you're thinking about that, if you're watching or listening, pop your favourite player that you've ever seen live. Not favourite player as in, oh yeah, I like Cristiano Ronaldo. No, if you haven't seen him live, he doesn't count. So who have you watched live and you've seen? If you're a Premier League fan, you've probably seen some many great players. But Dan, go on. Who's the best player you've ever?
When you say alive, do you mean live or?
Yeah. No, I didn't say alive. I mean, who have you watched live?
Like
who have you seen? No. I mean, you've seen them play. You've been there. You've been in attendance.
Well, I can tell you that I was actually there at the England versus the rest of the world game at Wembley back in. And I always forget that I was there. I think I was. So this was probably, well, it was after the World Cup, wasn't it? So it must have been 86, 87. So I would have thought probably 87.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I would have been 10.
I thought you meant one of the soccer aid ones, but no.
I don't remember the game very well. So I think I was probably, I know 10 was sort of when I started getting into football. And I remember it being relatively boring.
Right.
But Maradona was there. So I guess I would have to say, I don't remember it, but I think out of all the players I've seen in the flesh playing live, it would have to be Maradona. But from players that I remember, I would probably say from a general perspective, I saw Henry playing a few times at Fratton Park and at Highbury, and he was just different class. And from a Pompey perspective, it would be Prozinecki.
Yeah, phenomenal. Would you say that Arsenal performance, obviously when they trounced us at Fratton Park 5-1, would you say that's the best team performance you've seen live? Because I thought Arsenal were phenomenal that night.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't even think we were that bad. I thought we were actually okay, but Arsenal were just different level, weren't they?
Yeah, and we weren't a bad team then. We were sort of
decent, yeah.
Top. Yeah, we were. I think that's probably one of the best performances I've seen, especially at Fratton Park by a team. Other than
just consistent, weren't they? Consistent across the board, and Henry was just amazing.
No weak link was there.
No, yes, nice. Okay, well, so Maradona, that's phenomenal. So, can you trump Maradona? Do you remember watching the best player, or do you just hear anecdotes of your parents telling you about when you watched such player? I'll keep you in suspense. I'll share mine next week for you because I don't. I know. Let's get the listeners coming back for more.
Good idea.
Fancy a little game show, Dan?
Go on then.
Do you fancy a game show? I thought we would return to the...
Let me get VAR off my screen.
Price is Right. So my first question for you is, do you want top, middle or bottom? I'm very prepared with my top, middle or bottoms today.
I will go for your bottom, please, Mike.
You're going to go for my bottom.
I'll have a
Okay.
pee, please.
I'm going to pop my bottom over there. And you have a choice of 6, so I need you to give me a number from 1 to 6. And that was, I
3.
wasn't emphasizing 2 to try and get you to say 2.
3.
But 3. Okay. So your starting point is, and what we're going to do here is we're going to go across the board. If you can complete all the way across, getting them all correct, then you will win the star prize, which is this mug. This mug.
Oh,
It's an Easter
that's a
mug.
good one as well.
Yeah, it's a nice one. So that'd be yours if you can get all the way across down. You got 3 chances of this. We're starting
It's
with.
as nice as this one.
It's very similar. It's very similar. So we're starting with, get this, Tony Daly is your starting point. Tony Daly, former Villa and Wolves player. Tony Daly is £53, Dan, for a message from him. That's quite pricey for an 80s player, isn't it? But Andy Gray, former Crystal Palace, Tottenham, and more, is he higher or lower than Tony Daly? Andy Gray.
We're talking black midfielder.
Andy Gray, rather than ginger, ginger sexist, alleged ex-Sky presenter. Yes.
Yeah. I would say that Tony Daly was more than Andy Gray. Andy Gray was London-based, wasn't he? Now go on, we'll go Tony Daly. He was
Daly. Is incorrect. Andy Gray is £60 for a message from Andy Gray.
How long is this message?
You've lost your first round there, Dan. I'm going to have to ask you if you want bottom or no. Sorry, that was bottom, top or middle.
Middle, please.
Oh, I went top. Here we go. Middle. Middle is, and I'm not going to ask you this time. I'm just starting from the left, and I'm going to move across to the right, and I just got to get my skate back first. So we are starting with Emile Heskey, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Leicester player. He's £69 for a message from Emile Heskey, but is it more or less for a message from Marcel Desailly, former Chelsea, AC Milan, Netherlands ledge, central back. Central back.
I was laughing because I was thinking of the joke. who shit on the floor? Yeah, the joke. You know the joke? Yeah.
No.
You must know the joke.
You know, so.
Well, yeah, it's not. I can't remember exactly, but so I don't want people writing in saying that's not how the joke goes. But it's something like, let's say who managed Emile Heskey at some point. Oh, Martin. Let's say Martin O'Neill at Leicester.
Yeah.
So the Leicester players are out, and Martin O'Neill comes back into the changing room, and there's a shit on the floor. Somebody's done a shit. So he gets all the players back in, starts having a go at him, and he says, "Who's shit on the floor?" And Emile Heskey says, "I am, boss, but I'm pretty good in the air." Anyway, right. So,
getting back to the point. Desai, more or less.
Desai, World Cup winner, Desai, against Emile Heskey,
against
his 100
Premier
goals
League
in the Premier League
player.
I think he got his 100th goal against Pompey as well. Let's go for Desai, isn't it? Desai must be
correct. Yes, you're off the mark. £89 is Desai. Next up is, you'll like this one, Alicia Lehmann. Alicia Lehmann is an Aston Villa and Switzerland midfielder. She's quite famed for being quite attractive female footballer. I don't know if she's any good.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But
she
was going out with one of the Villa first teamers as well. First teamers, men's team, sorry. She's a first teamer, but for the ladies. Do apologise. Alicia Lehmann, is she more or less than Marseille? I keep saying Marseille. Marcel Desailly. Did he play for Marseille at one stage?
No.
Possibly.
I don't know. Yeah. No. She's not more than Desailly. No.
She's not. Correct.
No.
She's £62 though for a message from Alicia. Quite a lot. Next is everybody's. You might do it from her kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, Alicia's kitchen.
Yeah.
No, but she occasionally does it from her attic.
Yeah.
Boom. Next up, JFH. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Is he more or less than Alicia Lehman? I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Jimmy's more, isn't he?
Jimmy's more, you think?
Yeah.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is more. You're doing well so far. You are across the board on number 4. We got 2 more to go for the mug.
Yay.
You could win. Next up is everybody's favourite Soccer AM presenter. Of course, that is
Jimmy Bullard.
Fenners.
Oh, Fenners, yeah.
Fenners. Apparently, he's under the football one, which I suppose he is. Yep. Fenners, is he more or less than Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank? They are stable mates at Sky. Are they?
Yeah, Fenners is more than that.
Is he? He's
Definitely.
not, I'm afraid. He's a mere £37.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dan, no mug for you
Extra
this
bit
week.
of bunts for Fenners, isn't it? Extra bit of bunts.
Extra bit of bunts, yeah. Extra £37 for Fenners. No win. We'll see how you get on next week. Just to round it off, see how you would have got on the final one. Final one was Neville Southall. So Fenners was £37. Big Nev, does he need a quid? How much of a quid does he need? More or less than £37 would you have gone?
Yeah, more.
He is more. He's almost double, £64.
Yeah.
Former Everton Wales goalkeeper. Big lad now. Old Nev. I saw him on a programme recently, actually. I think it's a political programme. And he's a big old unit.
Well, he always was.
He always I suppose he's always quite big, wasn't he?
I think that's why he's
no win for you, I'm afraid, Dan. No win, but maybe you can make up for it by winning this week's quiz. You're currently 8-5 in the lead. Do you want a quick update on what's happening in the transfer window? This is deadline day, by the way. We didn't mention that at the beginning, did we?
Only if it's exciting. If it's players going to and from West Brom and Norwich, then I'm not interested.
Okay, let's do the quiz.
Move on.
Let's do the quiz. So, we're going to do this like a penalty shootout this week, aren't we? We decided.
Well, yeah. Depends what you want from me, because I've either got, let's say, I've either got 10 bizarre football questions, quiz questions, or I've got 10 of those which player scored more. Well, I mean, I can cut it down, but
let's trim it to 5. Trim it to 5.
Right, well,
do your choice. Whatever your choice.
Well, no, what do you want? Do you want the quiz question? You want the
bizarre? Let's do the bizarre.
Right, okay,
let's do the bizarre.
Okay.
Go on.
And we do. Right.
Let's do the bizarre. You go first. Okay. You go first. You're first up to shoot. Okay. Oh no, I'm shooting. You're the goalkeeper. Go on.
Right. Some are very easy. Right. You're asking first, are you?
No, right. You are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So first question. It's probably one of the hardest.
Okay.
Which Swedish footballer, and I might give you an extra clue at the end, once had a clause inserted into his Premier League contract that prohibited him from travelling into space? And
dear.
I'll give you a clue. He played for Arsenal. Which Swedish footballer once had
I was going to say Thomas Brolin, but
into his Premier League contract prohibited him from travelling into space.
Swedish Arsenal. Do you know, my mind's gone blank. The only Arsenal Swedish player I can think of is Fredrik Lundberg. No,
is that what you're going for?
I'm going for Fredrik Lundberg.
It was Stefan Schwarz.
Stefan Schwarz.
Yeah. I'd like to give you more information on that. No. But I can't.
But you can't. Okay. So my questions are, I think you'll enjoy this. Squad numbers. I'm going to give you a year and a team and a squad number. You're going to tell me who wore that particular squad number according to official Premier League stats. So we're going to start off an early one. Start off with an easy one for you. Not an early one, an easy one.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with 2008, 2009, Portsmouth, number 7. Number 7 for Portsmouth, 08-09.
08-09.
Season after we won the FA Cup. The season we were in Europe, playing the likes of AC Milan. Who wore the number 7?
Just stupid. Who wore number 7?
Don't think of a traditional number 7. That's all I'll
No,
give you as a
I'm
clue.
thinking. I've got one, but I don't think it is at all.
Hobby fans, do you know who it is? Put it in the comments below.
This is pathetic. I'm going to go with Jermaine Defoe.
Is incorrect. It was Herman Hreiderson.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
Herman Hreiderson.
Yeah. That's
0-0. 0-0. Here we go. It's going to be the worst penalty shootout ever. Next.
Yeah. back to me. Right.
Back to you.
How many are we doing? 5?
5, yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's. I'm going to keep this at 0-0, I think. Which, and then when I get one right, you can have an easy one. Which former Tottenham manager has competed in the Dakar Rally?
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
And when I say former,
is there an
I'm
era?
talking last 10, 15 years he was manager. No, less. Yeah, 10 years. I would have thought. I get lost when it comes to years, but
yeah. Okay, I'm going to go
if it's slightly out of 10 years, I do apologize. Oh, go on.
Andre Villas-Boas.
Is correct. Yeah.
Yes, he looks like a rally driver. Or before we get any complaints from rally drivers, or whatever it is that the Paris Dakar Rally is, Andre Villas-Boas. Nice, I like that. Okay, number 2.
Well done.
Number 2, 2015-16, Arsenal, number 10.
15-16 Arsenal.
So we're talking 6 to 7 seasons ago. Arsenal number 10.
Would it have been number 10? It wouldn't have been Jack Wilshere.
It will have been Jack Wilshere. Yes.
Wow.
And just while we're on the subject of Jack Wilshere, obviously he did play for Bournemouth. The reason why I've got Bournemouth's thing behind me is I'm doing a tour of Premier League stadiums. So I thought I'd start with the localist Premier League stadium to us, which is Bournemouth, because I'm discounting Southampton, obviously.
Wow.
So, yes, Jack Wilshere, who had a little bit of time down the south coast with Bournemouth. There you go, 1-1.
Lovely player. Shame it just shame he had chocolate ankles, wasn't it?
Yeah, really was. Great player.
Right. Here we go. Another one to get you back into the lead. Which former, I don't even know why I'm even asking you this. Which former England internationals reached number 12 in the UK singles charts with the 1987 song Diamond Lights? And how were they known in the pop world?
Well, in the pop world, were they not known as Waddle and Hoddle? Is that the right way around? Hoddle and Waddle? What? Oh, they actually had a proper pop name, do they? It wasn't the two mulleted tears.
You're on the right lines. You're on the right lines.
Oh, Glenn and Chris. Glenn and Chris.
Yeah, Glenn and Chris. Yeah.
Glenn and Chris. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Cheers.
Hours.
Right, here we go.
They took coming up with that one.
This is a trickier one, I think.
Right. Yeah.
The next 3 are a little bit more tricky. I thought the first 2 were fairly. So the next one is 2003/4.
Yeah.
Manchester United, number 9.
3-4. So that's the season. The Pompey. First Pompey season, wasn't it? So number 9 for Man United in that season was number 9 was edit in a minute. I'll suddenly go it and then there'll be answer. 03/04 Man United number 9. Oh, I can't think of anyone.
He was a number 9 as well. There's not a it's not a trick one. He was a number 9.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's go for Louis Saha.
Oh, he pulled it out of the bag. It's
Really?
Louis Saha. Yes. Louis Saha was Manchester United's number 9 in the 03/04 season. Congratulations. 2-2.
Crikey.
Next.
Right. Okay. Which one should we give you now? Let's go for Rangers tried to sign which superstar? No year on this. Rangers tried to sign which superstar after Alex McLeish was alerted to his ability through popular video game Football Manager.
Alex McLeish. Alex McLeish was he twice Rangers manager, but he was Rangers manager about 10 years ago, wasn't he? 10 years ago. So maybe someone who is currently late 20s. Oh, do I get a clue on the midfield on the area of the pitch? Surely a striker, isn't it?
Yeah, an attacking player. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a little bit older than that, isn't it? It's going to be Messi, isn't it?
Well, I had to take your first answer. So is that what you're going for?
I am going for Messi. Yes.
Yes, it's fucking Messi.
Oh, that must have been about 15, 20, almost 20 years ago. All right, cool. Here you go.
3 out of 5. Right. Yep.
We're going back in the day, 1995/96. Your favourite team. They wear all red. It's the Liverpool. Who wore number 7 for them that season? 95/96. The only clue I'll give you is don't overthink it.
Yeah, no. Oh, wow.
That 95/96. I'll give you another little clue. I'll give you is they ended the season by wearing those lovely white suits at Wembley.
Yeah.
Against Manchester United.
It's got to be. It's one of two, but I'm sure it's got to be McManaman, hasn't it? Surely.
Hey.
Yeah.
It is Stevie Mac. Stevie Mac is correct.
I said a few weeks ago on this pod when I did the Liverpool Pompey FA Cup semi-final, and I said, and they put down that Steve McManaman was one of the subs that day, and I said, it must have been Steve McMahon. It was actually Steve McManaman. I watched the highlights, and he was about 17, 18, I think.
Oh, okay.
1992. Anyway,
very noble of you to admit to a mistake.
So what have you got? Final 3 out of 4. We're both on 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. This couldn't be more exciting, could it?
Right,
I can barely contain myself.
I'm going to give. Well, okay. There's a couple I could give you that are just awful, but I'm going to give you a medium question, I think.
All right.
Which Ballon d'Or winning footballer, so that narrows it down, had a galaxy named after them in 2015?
Wow. It seems too easy. I'm going to say Ballon d'Or winning. It's going to be just because the ego would say he wants a galaxy named after him, Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course, it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Galaxy Cosmos Redshift 7, CR7.
Oh man, what a twit! Okay, final one for you. This is to draw.
4 out of 5. This is to draw.
Manchester City is where we go next. We go 11-12. Their title-winning season, I believe.
Ooh.
Who? I thought about many players, but I thought they were all too easy. So I went with this isn't easy. This isn't difficult, but it isn't easy. Number 7 in that title-winning season was whom?
There's always one that immediately pops in, and I think no. So this is the Aguero season, isn't it? So number 7, it's got to be. That's all right. David Silva?
I thought you said something else.
Oh,
is that what you said? Oh,
no, I didn't. I said.
The surname when you said it sounded similar to who it is. But the first name didn't.
No, I've obviously got it wrong anyway. I said David Silva, but
if you'd have said James Milner,
Bloody Millie.
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 James Milner, it was number
Millie.
7 for
Oh,
Man
yeah, because
City
wasn't that
that season.
the year he turned 40, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
Brilliant.
So,
oh, well, never mind.
8-6. 8-6. It makes it more interesting, doesn't it? Keeps this.
That was a ruddy good penalty shootout, that was.
That was not bad, was it?
Yeah.
Better than our normal quizzes, I think.
Just a shame that John Beresford took my last penalty.
And mine was Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it's deadline day. We'll wrap up with a little bit of deadline day talk. In fact, we've got a couple of things, right? So obviously last week your wins of the week was Everton. We talked about the potential candidates coming in. Sean Dyche has since been announced. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's expected, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, him or Bielsa it was, wasn't it? But
yeah.
Do you think Dyche is the better considering their predicament?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Should we move on? Okay. And do you think they'll stay up with Dyche? They're not spending any money today by the looks of things.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll be all right.
Even after losing Commissioner to Newcastle.
Commissioner Gordon for 30 million. Was it 30 million or 50 million?
45. 45. Somewhere in the middle. 45 mil.
I think the good thing about Gordon was, do you remember that goal he scored when no, it wasn't. Do you remember that game he played against
do you remember that run he did against
yeah.
No.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I obviously haven't seen enough of Everton to understand what the fuss is all about. But
well, no, me neither.
I don't seem to be the only one with that opinion.
Eddie Howe seems quite pleased. So Dyche in Everton, they've not. Gordon is out. Dyche is in. They've not bought any players as yet. However, do you know who is buying players? And it's just come up. Deal done. 21.47. Deal done. Guess who's doing deals? You wouldn't think they'd need to do deals. Yeah, you wouldn't think they'd need to do deals, would you? Not in Forest. But they have now got Brazilian centre-back Felipe, 33, has just moved to Forest on an 18-month deal, permanent deal. How many? Well, I mean, because they're also buying Keylor Navas, aren't they?
The thing is, your target as Forest person is to stay in that league, isn't it? Especially for the first season, which presumably they're going to do.
Right.
But I don't know.
John Joe Shelby they've signed as well, haven't they?
Oh,
they've just got an interesting mix, isn't it? It's just such a strange mix of Lingard, Gibbs White,
Shelby,
John Joe Shelby.
That is very much a football manager team.
Emmanuel
isn't it?
Dennis.
Sort of get anyone.
Yeah.
Who's
he must be. Their owner must be an absolute agent's dream, mustn't he?
Yeah.
They must go. I don't know what his name is. He's got his Greek name, isn't it? He must say that he must go. Got a player, buy him, buy him. Do you want to know who he is? No, just buy him. I'm sure he'll be fine. Does he look good in red? Yeah, sign him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Forest have signed. I think that's their 31st signing since they've been promoted. Incredible. How do you feel? Here's a question. How do you feel about the Jorginho switch to Arsenal?
Yeah, I just saw that. I haven't had much time to drink it in. But is that a done deal? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it done? Is it?
Yeah, it's a picture of him here at the training ground meeting Bukayo Saka.
Well,
he is done deal. 12 million quid.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. But
I think he's only 30.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move. I think that's a move to try and cement your title, isn't it? Because he's a good squad player. Worst case scenario.
And you would think that that's not an area, because who have they got in there? They've got Odegaard, Partey, Xhaka, all playing very well.
Yeah. So it's kind of just strengthening an already strong area.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing with someone who's proven in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Another deal done. Bournemouth just spent 30 million quid on someone. Don't know who, but 30 million quid. Bournemouth, little Bournemouth.
Yeah. It'll be one of those players that I don't know.
Hamed Traore from Sassuolo.
Oh, one of the Traores, eh?
One of the Traore brothers.
Not many of them around.
They're like the Wayans brothers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The Wallaces.
The Wallaces, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place. Well, that's about the highlights you're going to get from this transfer window. Sabitzer is apparently at Manchester United. Oh, Cancelo. Strange one, I thought. Going to Man City, going from Man City.
Yeah. Where's he gone? I didn't see where he went.
Bayern.
Oh, right.
So still a good move for him, but
yeah.
I thought he's been one of their better players the last 18 months or so.
Yeah. Well, Jamie O'Hara says that he went because him and Pep fell out.
Fell out of what?
And fell out. Yeah.
Fell out of love.
When people questioned him on this, he didn't really have an answer as to that was just his opinion.
Didn't have a source.
And yeah, I saw this on Instagram, and he actually commented on the Sky Sports post, which was him on TV on Sky Sports. He commented with facts.
Oh yeah, all right.
And then loads of people have gone, well, it's not a fact, is it? Because it's just your opinion. So
yeah. Facts are fine. Facts are fine if you can back them up, surely.
Oh yeah, facts are fine if they're facts. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a source to prove them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking down the rest of there's no one of note really. There's no other big players of note. Obviously, you've got that the Ukrainian fellows joined Chelsea. The Brighton chap joined Arsenal. I think that's again quite a good signing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Again, not an area you necessarily think they definitely need, but he's a good addition, I think.
Yeah.
Gapco, Liverpool, not really hit the ground yet, has he?
He did well in the World Cup, didn't he?
Did well in the World Cup. He did.
Is that what that's based on?
I guess so. And then Man United bought that big old Dutch fella, didn't they?
He's huge, isn't he?
6. Yeah.
I didn't realise how big he was until I saw him walk out the other day with the other players.
Yeah, he is a big lad. So that's about it, really. It's been a quiet one. Maybe things will happen. You do tend to get the odd random one, don't you, in the last few minutes?
Not as much as
Jermaine Defoe.
As much as but it's not as fun, is it? Like the old days when you didn't have all social media, and then suddenly Shearer's gone from Blackburn to
or Blackburn to Newcastle,
etc.
Yes. Just to finish up. We won't really look. I said we'll look at the weekend's games, but we'll just have a quick. What did you think of the FA Cup games? I'm going to start with the Wrexham Sheffield United. What are your thoughts on that? I know obviously it got a lot of attention due to their Hollywood owners, but did you enjoy that one?
I only saw the goals, but looked like quite a good fun FA Cup.
Did you watch the version of the goals with Ryan Reynolds' expression after each one?
Yeah, that's the one I watched, and it was just like I'd like to see the
just watch the football, please.
The players celebrating, if you don't mind. But it did very well, didn't they? There's an example of somebody coming in and immediately making it work by ploughing lots of money into a club.
And they are ploughing lots of money into a club, aren't they?
Yeah.
Any other big games of note? Pretty much run the mill apart from that, wasn't it?
Brighton knocked Liverpool out. Always good.
Oh yes, that was quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was nice.
City, Arsenal.
Really.
Who? Man City knocking Arsenal out.
Yeah, not a massive shock, was it? Was that
wasn't
City?
The greatest game? No.
All right.
I think again that's a good testament to how well Arsenal have done this season. In that they went to Man City, played well first half, and then only got beaten 1-0. Whereas previous seasons it would have been 3 or 4 probably.
Yes. So Arsenal are away at Everton this weekend. City are away at Spurs. So could be a widened gap at the end of the weekend, couldn't it?
Well,
unless the Dyche factor comes straight in.
Dyche effect, isn't it?
The Dyche effect.
We shall see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm now thinking it's the end of January. I think they've made some good signings. And they've got that lead already, haven't they? Could well be Arsenal's year. Could be back to Arsenal. How long is it? The 2003 they last won, it? Nearly 20 years. Well, it will be 20 years in fact this year.
20 years, blimey.
Or was that just have they won it since the Invincibles? Must have done, surely, haven't they? Well, let's wrap up anyway. Let's wrap up this episode. So this has been Eat My Goal. You can get in contact with us at eatmygoal22@gmail.com or on Twitter at eatmygoal22, or follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/eatmygoal22. Tell us who your favorite player is that you've seen in the flesh, seen live, seen in the actual stadia with them, whether it be anecdotal because your parents told you about it, or whether it be something from your own memory. Dan shared both, which was nice.
I'd like to share.
Is yours too, Cristiano? Not Cristiano Ronaldo, Thierry Henry, or have you seen Ronaldo in his pomp, for example? Maybe I have seen Ronaldo, but he didn't have a great game the day that I saw him down at Fratton Park. He did okay. Didn't do anything amazing. That's it from Eat My Goal this week. See ya on the next one.
Because
Bye.
bye.